Hi, it's Patrice here. I'm kind of excited because I haven't done a video in so long because I had recorded so many videos ahead of time, and so I don't know when the last time I did. I don't know, but anyway, I thought like I don't think I have any videos scheduled to come out anymore, so it's like let me get to it. So I'm like all over the place, as I'm sure most people, probably everybody, just about in the world is at this point. So we're in the middle of the quarantine. I think it's like 15-day quarantine for us here in the U.S. and I believe we're on day 7. I'm not positive, but and the reason I'm so like sketchy on the details is because honestly not very much has changed in my like household, because we're a homeschool family. We unschool, and I don't know, this is just it's it just hasn't really changed much for us, except Jermaine is home, which is very cool and different, especially this time of year because it's the tax season, and he typically is, doing taxes and working his regular job. And right now, he's usually an essential employee, but because of being in the hospital last year and dealing with all that, he's not yet like back on that essential employee status. So, um, so um, we're just kind of like chilling and waiting things out. And I like the kids and I go out and like they ride their bikes and I skate up and down the street because they redid a street back behind me, repaved it, so it's banging for skates. So I'm telling you, like, seriously. So like I said, like many videos ago, it's like I'm rediscovering. I mean, the whole point of this is like recovering me, right? And and not so much about like my mom and everything. I love my mom, and I'm sorry that things are the way they are. And I am in need of healing and recovering myself, and all that kind of stuff. So it's so wonderful. Another like thing that I used to love to do was skating growing up. And I don't know, like, it's not that I forgot, but I don't know, skating just came back all of a sudden, thank God. And it is nothing but God. But it came back on my radar, and I pulled out some skates that we had from years back, and I went skating on my birthday, and oh my God, like that just was the beginning of like a new thing for me. Kind of new, not really. Anyway, so so I've been practicing up and down the street and at a park nearby, and but doing a lot of like practicing of little like skills in my basement, going back and forth, and that's been really nice because I used to a friend of mine and we used to go and go to this hill in our neighborhood that was paved, and it was like a parking lot, but it was a hill, and we would skate that hill and do all kinds of tricks and everything, and we were both very good at skating, and we were teaching ourselves how to skate backwards, all kinds of stuff. And so I'm getting back into all that, and I'm like, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So so I'm doing that, and then I'm trying to, like, I don't know how to say it, maybe revamp. I don't know how I'm doing things with my women's ministry, because I'm gonna, obviously, because of what's going on with the this spread of this virus and everything, I'm gonna have to not do. I have I had an in-person meeting scheduled for April, but it's not gonna happen now. So I'm gonna do it online instead, and 'cause I do my meetings online every other month anyway, so it works. But I'm also thinking of other ways that I can keep in closer contact and help and encourage and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited about all that, getting all that together. And I this whole thing has been interesting. You see who is who, and like there's been a lot of lies spreading, and I'm like, I'm always so like, one thing my mother, she would say about like me and my husband, in particular, that she's like, yeah, y'all are innocent, like, like, um and what I love is I get to keep my innocence, but I'm not gonna like be easily manipulated anymore. And so I'm like, oftentimes things that I know and understand, I don't assume that everybody else knows and understands too. And with a lot of different areas. And so, for instance, I know I'm into like all things natural, and like from some friends and I were talking about fevers and everything, and they were talking about like how I think some was saying they don't have the like over the counter medicine for getting rid of fevers, and I was like, you know, that's not good. Like, like a fever comes because your body is like I always tell stories, like I talk to my children. Well, I don't always, but anyway. So I tell my children like, oh no, there's an invader. Like, this is your body, your organs, and all the everybody in there like talking, and they're like, oh no, there's an invader. We gotta get him out of here. We gotta get him out of here. And then your body starts to heat up and call in the troops, and it's like, come on, white blood cells, come on, we need you. And and then it like heats up your body. That's your fever. Builds up the white blood cells, who are the fighters, and they come out and they're ready to fight off that infection. And so I was telling my friends all this, and how basically the fever is to build up those white blood cells so that it can fight off the infection and you can get rid of it. If you taking these over the counter medicines to take the fever down, you're just causing you're just treating a symptom, for one, and a symptom that is not harming your body. And then you're making it such that the actual infection lingers in your body longer, and weakens actually your immune system, because you're not allowing your immune system to do what it naturally does to take care of it. And instead of like, I'm like, we in this part of the world, we like to treat the symptoms instead of getting to the root of the issue. And I was like, this is where you pull out your ginger and you make a strong ginger root tea. And if you can't deal with the bite of the ginger, you put another little tea bag in there. Or I have a bunch of, I have probably maybe close to 80 different herbs, maybe even more. But I'll take, like, for anybody in my household who can't do the bite of the ginger, I love it. But I'll put maybe some rose in there, or I'll put some lemon balm in there, or some elderflower in there, or whatever. And I make elderberry syrup. I make elderberry gummies for them. And like, we do a lot of different things that aid the body in fighting off whatever this invader of the body is, as opposed to treating a symptom. And now we help alleviate the symptoms with a lot of different things. Like, one old thing that I actually haven't tried in many years is, like, they say you take an onion, take an onion, a slice of onion, and then you put it in sock, put it against your foot, put it in a sock, go to bed, and it helps. But anyway, I have like essential oils that I use, and I'm so excited about this new company that I'm dealing with now, because they are not an MLM, which is multi-level marketing. So the prices aren't marked like sky high, but the oils are banging, and I'm just so excited to be able to supply my family with oils for reasonable prices. And so we distill oils, so many different ways you can aid your body in the healing process, as opposed to hurting it by taking over-counter medicines that only like cover up, symptoms, put a band-aid on a gunshot wound, like just the equivalent of silly stuff like that. So things like that I take for granted, thinking people know this stuff. And then also I've been surprised at the amount of just ridiculous flat out lies that's being spread. Like, I had a couple and my dad, one of my dads, Gary, was like, and it's the believers spreading this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's true. I didn't notice that part, but yeah, like that, just the whole thing about just like the fake media, whatever, want to spread lies about what's gonna happen, and it's all like very scary. And then I have my friends who love conspiracy theories sending stuff sometimes, and I'm like, no thank you, I don't need that. I'm an empath, and I really don't need any help with like freaking out at all. And thank God I'm doing great. I had a moment or two when I was freaking out very early on in this, and I was like, okay, wait, first of all, who is this, like, that's spreading this? Not the person who sent it to me, because I know their like intentions and all that, but they're not paying attention. But I do. I get my news from reputable sources. I don't play around when it comes to most of these like mainstream news, like, please, like, yeah, no thank you. So I'm very careful about where I get my information from. And I've like, even I tapped into, like, I follow the president, I follow the governor. I want to hear straight from them what the plan is, what they're doing, and all that. And thankfully that has been dispelling so many of the lies that are being spread. And they actually, it's like there's hope, so I'm like looking and seeing more clearly, like, wow, like, and then I'm like, what do these people have to gain spreading these lies? But something my governor said yesterday on some kind of call that he did where he was answering questions. He says there is being said things about some of those lies that are like really making people panic and be in fear are coming from other parts of the world. And I said, oh, okay, well, that makes sense that another part of the world want to freak the Americans out. Because I'm like, if you're here, why you want to spread this stuff? You're here, you got to deal with it too. Like, that's kind of insane. And then, I mean, really on the broader spectrum, we're all in the world. Like, come on, people travel. This world ain't that big. And, like, people travel and go wherever, and, and it can still spread to other parts of the world too. So, like, nobody's immune. I mean, we see that with this. But, I don't know, it's interesting. And I think a lot of things are being taken well out of proportion, but I do also believe it is to be respected, and we're to use wisdom. Don't be stupid, and so it's just interesting. But my husband insisted on having our daughter home because she's working from home. She's been working from home. Her job was way ahead of the ball game with calling, like, okay, everybody work remotely, like way ahead. So I think that's really neat. And so she's home and we're all together and we're just like, enjoying each other in the meantime. So it's nice. And I'm gonna try to make some more videos and tell you more stuff, because a lot of stuff is going on. And I contacted my mom through this. I sent her a text and just let her know that I would like to like, I know we don't see eye to eye on things, but I wanted to know that she's okay. Wanted to know if she's okay. And told her to please contact me if in case of an emergency. And I didn't want to give any like false hope or like, like make it out to be more than it was with regards to, oh, we're back together now, whatever. But I do care. I do love her. And I'm not, I'm like, no, she had never reached out to me, but I'm not the one disordered. So I can be mature and I can, do what I feel I need to do. And, and I really checked in with myself before and after doing it. And I felt good. I did it for me, and so it was good. I didn't do it for any like oh, I'm so scared of anything, whether I'm afraid of her or what somebody else might think, or I did it for me. So it was great. Again, so so I'm gonna stop the video now, and because I got a notification that keeps coming up, an alarm that I wanted to do something during this time that I forgot about. This is why I set the alarm in the first place. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you soon, because I'm gonna come back. I have seen some crazy stuff out here in these streets. Like, let me tell you one quick. There's people are out there, like, so people are wearing the gloves, right? Like, just random people. And this one man, he had on his latex gloves. He putting his hands all in his face and in his mouth. I was like, purpose defeated. Like, what? So anyway, thanks for watching. I pray you're doing okay. Like, seriously. I don't know. These are times where I really don't know how people make it without God. I have no idea. And I do have friends that are saying they're terrified, and I feel for them so much, but we don't have to live like that. Like, it's unnecessary, So I love you, and I pray that all is well with you and yours. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.